This is a 2024 Volvo XC90 T8 Recharge, and I'm here at McGrath Volvo Cars of Fort Myers, Florida, to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to start right up front, check out the design of it, pop the hood, see what powers up this thing. There's slight changes for 2024 there, and then walk around and get inside, play with the new technology, and take it for a spin. So if you're interested in watching videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give me a like, and don't forget to turn on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the content that's coming out. And now let's get back to this. It's been about a year and a half since I took a look at the Volvo XC90, and really when you look at the design of this vehicle, nothing has really changed. Now for 2023 model year, Volvo changed the way that these vehicles are equipped, or rather the options that you're able to get. Before, if you get that sportier design on the vehicle, you get the certain options, but if you wanted something from the more luxurious one, well, you couldn't get it. Now, Volvo kind of made it easier for a lot of people. They have the bright theme, which is what I have for you today, and that characteristics of it are a lot of chrome of it, hence bright. Right now, if you wanted to have the more sportier version, you can go to the dark theme, and the dark theme is going to have all of this pretty much blacked out, a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more sporty, so it depending on what you like. Then they have the packages that are available on those, and you can get those packages with either the bright or dark theme, making it a lot easier for people to choose the exterior looks and the interior options of it. And by the way, if you can hear this vehicle running, that's because I have it in a charge mode, which I let this combustion engine charge up the battery, so then I can present you with the hybrid mode and the pure electric mode on the test drive. So let's talk about the design of it. This is one of the most gracefully aging luxury SUVs on the market. There's no question about it. If you don't agree, then I don't know what is. Maybe give me an idea of another one. This design has been around for years right now, and it still looks modern and good, right? So first of all, what we have here is this big all LED headlights with this signature T-hammer LED light that turns into turn signals. Scrolling down here, you have the bright chrome trim over here, and that is actually a functional air intake, helping with the aerodynamics of this vehicle. Can't forget to mention that it is also equipped with the headlight washing system. A lot of European cars are. There's big grille, not overly huge like you see on some of the other vehicles. Volvo logo front view camera, and if you were wondering, this arrow right here always points in the direction of where the hood latch is. So we're going to pop that in just a little bit. Other than that, scrolling down here, nothing too crazy about it. You have a lot of open space right here to help with cooling off the engine. Some open spaces right here, matte black at the bottom, and a pretty cool design of this front bumper as well. Now what's changed is the power produced by this engine, as well as the all-electric range. So let me pop the hood open and I'll show you what that is. So let's take a look at the arrow. It points up this way, and let's see, of course, there is a latch for the hood that opens nice and tall, held up by the hood struts. It has some sound insulation that also have the double latches for that extra safety and security on the vehicle. And the engine right here, 2-liter 4-cylinder internal combustion engine assisted by the electric motor. The total output is 455 horsepower and 523 foot-pounds of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now this vehicle has an extended range right now of 33 miles of the pure electric drive range, and it can go at 0 to 60 in less than 4.5 seconds. That's pretty impressive if you ask me, looking at a family SUV. This vehicle looks good from all angles, particularly from the side in my opinion, but it hasn't changed for years. But why change it if it's not broken? Let's take a look at what we get with this particular one. We have the 21-inch rims, 275 by 40 is the tire size, and you have these nice design, dual color design on the rims with the Volvo logo, of course, all-wheel disc brakes, etc. This is an all-wheel drive vehicle. Right on the driver's side, you also have the charging port, and it comes with supplied 110 and 220 volt charging cable. You can also charge it while driving. Like right now, the engine is running, and I put it in the charge mode, which means that the vehicle is charging up that battery, so I can later on demonstrate it for you. So as far as the mirrors, same color as the rest of the vehicle. You have the turn signal inside of the mirror. You also have the blind spot assist. There is a camera right underneath here, so we also have the 360 recharge on this chrome trim right here. Smart entry system on this vehicle. I can get in and out without pressing any buttons on the key itself. And because this is a bright theme, you have this chrome surroundings of the windows, as well as the polished aluminum low profile roof rails right on top. So let's move to the back and let's see what it looks like from there. The XC90 was the first SUV that Volvo introduced, so naturally this shape of lights was first seen on the XC90. Now they've got upgraded, they're tweaked over the years, and this is what we have now, the newest generation. They're very bright LED lights. You have the turn signals blinking right now, you have the reverse lights right here, the whole 9 yards. Scrolling down, you'll see the reflector lights, XC90 on one side. A very plain bumper in the back. You don't see the exhaust on this vehicle, and if it was equipped with a tow hitch, it could tow up to 5,000 pounds. Now the one thing that I really would like to see improved is this bulky wiper in the back. I think somehow if they were able to incorporate it underneath this spoiler right here, keep it hidden from the view, hidden from the elements, I think it would improve on the looks of this vehicle. But you also have that third brake light right here, Volvo spelled out, and we have the 3 designations of the Volvo XC90 for 2024 model year. That's B5, B6, B as in boy, not a V5 or V6, so don't get confused with that. And then we have the T8 all-wheel drive Recharge, which is this particular one, but that means it is a plug-in hybrid. Now this vehicle is about 195 inches long, so very much in line with like the GLEs and X5. So let's take a look at the matches that on the interior as well. Power lift gate, that's what we have here. Now let's see how much cargo space we have. So the gate is open right on top. You have the open and close, or close and lock, if you will. And this sticker right here tells you that it's also equipped with this motion detection, so you can wave your foot underneath it and open and close it as well. So right away you can see that it's not as big in the back as some of its competitors. It only has about 11 cubic feet of storage behind the third row seat, which, by the way, can be folded and moved out of the way, creating, you know, quite a bit more storage. So if you're a family of 4, at once in the blue moon having people in the third seat, this might be a good choice for you. Otherwise, if you have a big family and big cargo needs, you might look elsewhere. What do we have underneath? Just a little bit more of a storage compartment, and underneath here we'll find tools to remove the tire, actually not remove, but to jack up the vehicle and fix a flat. So this is a fix a flat kit, no spare tire on this particular one. Is there anything interesting inside of this cargo compartment? So you have the power outlet on one side, some illumination on both sides actually. And for the third row passengers, you can see that they have their own vents, cup holders, and even a tiny little bit of a storage, and that's for each side. Now also the second row seat can be folded down, and I kind of wish that there was a way to do that from the back without, you know, getting inside of this vehicle. But let's see what we have for passengers. We're gonna start this interior tour with this door panel right here, and I gotta tell you, there's a lot of things to like about this Volvo. First of all, if you look at the design, the quality, and the materials used, you'll find that this is truly a luxury SUV. So we have this real wood trim right here, very nice. You have this polished aluminum trim, polished aluminum door handle, built-in speaker. Look at this. This is built inside of the door. There's another one down here. You also have this nicely padded trim that's in the back here, as well as for the armrest, and of course your window control. The one thing I think this vehicle would benefit from is the sunshade, which a lot of competitors have. And now let's take a look at the interior of this second row. I like the leather on the Volvo. If I give you a close-up of it, this is this nice and grainy leather. Feels very sturdy. It feels very good to the touch and very comfortable to sit on. Now, as far as this middle seat, there's a couple cool things. Well, first of all, you know, it has the armrest that also has cup holders built in. Not a huge cup holder, so if you have a big gulp, you won't be able to fit that in. But what I like about this one, like, let's see, my son is at the age where he needs a booster seat. Well, this one has a built-in booster seat that comes out of the seat folds up, and here's your booster seat. So you don't really need to have an extra one. Now, this is an additional charge for it, or it comes part of the package, so not all of the XC90s will have it, but I think it's a very nice touch as far as this. And of course, it's spring-loaded, so you have to push firmly on it to get it back in place. And right here in the middle, you have a console that contains the AC or climate control in here. You also have two seats, heated seats, three-stage heated seats, one on each side, of course. And you can control your fan speed, your temperature. You have your regular, well, that's not the regular outlet, I thought it was, but this is the two USB Type-C ports. And you have your vents right here, as well as the vents in the pillars, you know, on the side, so you can make yourself nice and comfortable. Both of the seats have the seat back storage, and in order to get to the third seat, we need to move this one. Okay, get it out of the way. And I gotta tell you, this is not as big as some of the competitors have. I will jump in and see if I can even remotely fit in this vehicle. Well, here in the third row seat, I have a little bit of headroom, good shoulder room, and no knee room. Let me show this to you. Well, looking at me sitting in this tiny seat in the back is rather comical, especially if this middle seat is going to be adjusted to the regular seating position of somebody a regular size. Now, my knees are almost smashed right here. See, I don't have any room whatsoever. So for short drives, for kids, for people of smaller stature, by the way, I'm 6 feet tall, just for a point of reference, but for somebody smaller, it may be okay, but not for me. And of course, before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door here. Boom. No surprise here, it's very solid. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, it's a Chinese company, but the final assembly point for this vehicle is in Sweden, made mostly by Swedish people. Well, let's take a look at the front door panel right here. So as you can see, same thing as on the rear door panel, with the exception that now we have a branding on the stereo. So we have the Harman Kardon stereo now that has been added onto this vehicle. We also have the 3 memory seat settings and the regular adjustments for window mirrors and locks. You also have the warning. So let's say if a bicyclist is gonna be going your way, this is gonna start blinking. Probably won't let you open the door. I'm not sure if that's the case. But right here at the bottom, you have more storage. Recharge on the door sill right here. I'm gonna turn off that turn signal, and look at these seats. Love the color of it, I really do. I couldn't find the name of it. I'm going to look it up on the website and let you know what it is. But it looks very good. It feels very good. It's very nice. It's very comfortable. It has power adjustments on here, every which way. Now, as far as the steering wheel, you have the manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. I think at this price point, we should get the power one. And on the side here, you have the gate opener and the gas tank opener as well. Let me jump inside. I'll show you the rest of it. Right here on the interior, this vehicle is simple yet elegant, but it starts showing its age, especially when it comes to some of the electronics. Let's take a look and see what we have. I really like this double tier dashboard. Now, this is all soft touch material. You can see that flexes when I touch it. And then you have this Beautiful, beautiful wood grain trim. You have the Harman Kardon stereo. This is in this graphite color. As far as the speakers, a very small 9-inch screen right in the middle. That's one of the things that definitely needs some improvement. It has the new technology as far as the operating system and the software, but the size of it is definitely far from the competition. And if you look at the steering wheel, very simple, nothing too crazy about it, not digging that piano black buttons, but on the left hand side you see the cruise control controls as well as the adaptive cruise control, so you can basically select the distance between you and the car in front of you. Volvo logo right here, and then here is what controls what's going on in this all digital instrument cluster. So let's see through the menu, and first of all, so we have a map that you can put right in the middle of it. On the left hand side you have a speedometer. On the right hand side, what do we have here? Power and charge. So typical to the hybrid, instead of a regular tachometer, you can see whether you're using power or charging. Now I have this vehicle in the charge mode, which I'm going to take it out of once we start driving, but it tells you it's been running for I don't know, maybe half an hour or so, and it's charged up the battery, so we can go on the all-electric range for 6 miles. So at least I'm going to be able to demonstrate the all-electric mode and take advantage of the fully hybrid system on it, and I'm really excited to do that. But before we get to it, let's see what else do we have. So as far as the instrument panel, what else do we have? We have nothing in the middle or navigation in the middle, and I don't know, I think that's the only customization that you can do. You can also turn on the trip computer and close it, and you know, pushing any of the other buttons doesn't really do anything. Well, let's take a look at this infotainment system. It's built by Google, so it has this new technology. Instead of developing their own, actually Volvo teamed up with Google, so they have the Google infotainment system. And this is your main screen, and we're going to go through some settings in here as well. This, I think, can be improved upon a little bit. I think the old one was a little bit easier to read. So here's what we have right now. So we have the air quality, car status, maps, and driving journal. Let's see what the car status is. So it tells you that, hey, the tires are okay, everything is okay, you know, store pressure. We go to oil, it's at 100%, and that's pretty much it. Going back to the main screen, let's see what the air quality is. Allow air quality to access this device location. So okay, while using the app, and let's continue with this. Okay, that's fine while using the app, that's great. And it basically tell you in air car quality, it says activate clean zone. That's probably not as good, right? So the system will turn off recirculation and turn on the air quality sensor and fan. Make sure all doors and windows are closed. So let's do that. Let's see if it's going to clean the air inside of here while I'm sitting. But then in the meantime, you know, let's go back and see what else we have. Bluetooth media player, radio, Sirius XM, and here's for all of you Apple CarPlay lovers, it is now a standard feature on all of the new infotainment system. Now before, since this is an Android-based system, it didn't have it, but now it has it, and I guess you can retrofit it in the previous generations as well. So right here at the bottom, you see the temperature, and we can adjust it. You know, we can hit this button right here, and that opens up the menu for the climate control. So you can, of course, adjust the temperature for the driver, passenger, and then we can also link it, unlink it, however you want to do it. Fan speeds, AC on and off, max rear recirculating, so it's all controlled through here. And there's also a camera button, so it's going to open up our top view camera, and we can also pick which camera we want to see. Decent quality, okay, beautiful. Look at this. I mean, I can zoom in with my phone, but look how nice it is. You can see those leaves right on this bush right here. And then let's go back to this camera. Now where's the back button? Okay, let's turn it on. Let's go back to the 360. We can do the side cameras, we can do the rear view camera. Again, nice quality. I think it should take up the entire screen. You have the active trajectory lines in here and the sensors that are going to show up if we get really close to something. So your climate control is here. Now here's your settings, and several different ones. So here's your driving assist, and as I told you before, this vehicle is in the charge mode right now. I'm going to put it in the auto mode when we're going to start driving. And drive modes, it says hybrid, power, pure, off-road, or constant all-wheel drive. Depending on the driving position, you can select all of those and do it however you want. Now I'm going to put it back in the charge mode because we're up to 7 miles, which is good, but I want to charge it up a little bit more. Driver support, pilot assist as default, and always start in drive mode pure, which is all electric. So we have everything turned on: lane keeping aid, road sign information, ready to drive notification, creep, and the only thing that is not on is the steering feel firm. Now the steering wheel, I gotta tell you, it is on the lighter side. So I turned on that firmer steering wheel feel. Let's see if it's going to make any difference. I'll let you know the feedback while I'm driving. So go back to the settings. You have the sound settings in here, for your Harman Kardon stereo. Connectivity controls, so display lights, locking wipers, etc. Let's see, as far as the lights, interior brightness, sensitivity, welcome light, daytime running lights. Again, one of the things that it's missing too, it's this nice illumination that you'll see on like Mercedes-Benz, BMW, where you have this ambient lighting that really pops in here. You can set up your own profiles, set up the privacy, as far as the applications and stuff like this. Here's your Google. I'm not even sure where it takes us. Services on this device, ads assistant, password manager. We're not going to worry about that. And the system. Now this is where you can change the languages, input, units of measurement. Let's see what kind of languages it has. It even has Polish right here. Oh wow. And it switches everything seamlessly to see what that is. Well, let's move it back so the people at the dealership are really not gonna get confused as far as the language. All right, we're back to English, United States. This is your home button. All right, so this is where it takes you to the main screen. It basically says, hey, in-air quality good. We have the Pitbull, I guess, playing on the SXM stereo. It sounds really good. Unfortunately, I can't demonstrate it for you. And my work phone has been connected to it. It does not have wireless Android Auto, which is, again, would be a nice feature to have. You can start the navigation, which is a Google navigation.
Where would you like to go?
Find me a nearest Volvo dealer.
Got it. I'm setting your destination to McGrath Volvo Cars of Fort Myers on Colonial Boulevard.
And of course, we are 400 feet to McGrath Volvo because I'm sitting in their parking lot. But that's where they're at, guys. So if you are looking for a vehicle, don't forget to check out McGrath Volvo Cars of Fort Myers. I'm going to post a link and a phone number in the description. So if you'd like to check them out, definitely do that. Now, as far as the maps, this is a pretty cool feature right here, which I use quite a bit on my Android Auto, and tells you the gas prices and the surrounding gas stations and where they're at as far as the distance wise. It also can help you with the restaurants and the rating of the restaurants, which, me being a traveling salesperson, I use it quite a bit and rely on the reviews from here. So if you like Google system, you're going to feel at home with it. If you're an Apple user, well, get over it. You'll get used to it. So this is your navigation system back to the home screen, and scrolling down here, you also have some shortcut buttons. So here's your volume button right here, play, pause, and you also have the skip or track. Now this is how you open the glove box on the Volvo. You push this button right here, the glove box will open. And you close it simply by pushing it up. You have the rear window defroster, front window defogger, hazard lights, nicely wrapped in a leather. I actually love this color combination. White with this brown leather with this natural wood trim. It looks really, really good. Now let's open this up. Let's see what's here. We have a tiny little bit of storage, and then you can also slide this open. That's revealing the cup holders right here, an extra charger. I don't see a wireless phone charger, which kind of I would like to see, especially if you're spending that much when we get to the price. And here's your shifter, okay, to the front, that puts you in the reverse, to the back puts you in the drive, and then park is here. Engine start stop button, then you have the electronic parking brake and the brake hold, and then you have a tiny bit of storage as far as the middle console with an additional USB Type-C port. And up on top we have the frameless mirror with the HomeLink system. We have the LED lights, as well as you can call for help in case you need to. Here's your light button right here, and then you also have this panoramic sunroof that this vehicle comes equipped with. And if you are willing to open it up, it's a one-touch operation. Let's take a look. We can slide this open, touch it, and let the car do the work for you. It looks really nice, feels good. This is the interior of it. Let's talk a little bit about the pricing and take it for a spin. Talk about pricing before we take it for a spin. So there's several different XC90s to choose from. Starting with the regular gasoline vehicles, we have two engine designations. That's the B5 and B6. Both of them are mild hybrid vehicles, and one of them produces 247 horsepower, the other one, the B6, 295 horsepower. And then there is this powertrain right here. Now this is a plug-in hybrid, so it has the regular gasoline engine, and it's working together with the electric motor with a huge output of 455 horsepower. So this one has the best gas mileage. It has the best pickup. As far as that, let's talk about price. So the starting price for the XC90 T8 Recharge is $73,095. And this is for the core. So now when you're ordering a Volvo, you can order it in one of three different package options. That's Core, which is good, Plus, which is better, and Ultimate, which is best. We're sitting in the Plus, middle of the line. Plus starts at $74,795, and the Ultimate starts at $80,795. Now we have some of the features that would be standard on the Ultimate, such as the Harman Kardon stereo. We don't have the ventilated seats in the front. You'll get that graphical head-up display, and there's more features on it, but that's over $80,000. Now this is, I think, a sweet spot. The total price of this vehicle, however, with some of the updates that I'm gonna list in the description of this video, is over $77,000. Is it expensive? Yes, but how does it compare to the competition? It's cheaper than the Mercedes. It's a little bit more expensive, believe it or not, just a little bit more expensive than the plug-in hybrid on the Jeep Grand Cherokee. So yes, they're more expensive, but if you can get, like in this case, 33 miles all-electric range, and if you don't live too far from work, you can literally like never use the gasoline engine. But I think this is the way of the future. I'm going to talk while driving. Oh, one thing, I need to make sure that I'm going to turn off the charge mode, put it in the auto mode, so we can test out that battery only mode. Like right now we're in the pure mode. What that means is the gasoline engine is not running, and it's super quiet. Okay, we're going strictly on the electric motor, which is about 130 horsepower or so. And then as we need the power, the internal combustion engine will turn on. Now, as far as the maneuverability of this vehicle, there's an open space right here, and let's see if we can make a circle and kind of turn this vehicle around to see how tight it is. Steering wheel all the way to the left, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 parking spots to make a circle. Just about the same as most of the mid-size SUVs. Actually, I like it in the in the power mode. And if you pay attention to the display, unfortunately I can't give you a close-up of it, but as I'm driving, it changes constantly from giving power when I accelerate to taking power and charging the battery as I brake. So this regenerative charging is really working. Now, this vehicle has been running for about half an hour while I was walking around it and talking about the features of it, and I was able to charge up the battery so it can take us to all 9 miles on electric range only. Now I want to use up the full power of this vehicle, so I want to go in hybrid, maybe even going into the power mode, which basically is going to give me the best performance on the vehicle, and it's going to just automatically between the battery and between the internal combustion engine. It would be interesting to see if that old Ultima driver that seems like he's got this bucket exhaust and is racing here, would be really surprised if we pull up next to him and just basically smoke him, because 4.5 seconds the guy wouldn't stand a chance. And that's what's pretty cool about having a midsize SUV with the ability to go really quick and then look just like a regular midsize SUV. Now let's see, as far as the driving, let's put it into power mode. Okay, so that's going to give us the best performance, and hopefully I'm going to be able to have a stretch of an open road, which I'm going to be able to test out the acceleration. But I can tell you right now, it is a lot peppier, if that's the word. It's punchier than in the regular hybrid mode. Even from drive to go, it makes a difference. We went from 40 to 60 in no time at all. Power is displayed in the front in front of me, so I know which mode I'm in. It's right above the gear indicator. Now pull over for a second here. Get it down to 0. Let's go. We're at 40, 50, 60. Wow, this vehicle flies. There's no question about it. This is one of the quickest SUVs, and that's why I think that the plug-in hybrid has a huge advantage over the electric-only vehicle. Not only the power, you can make the electric motor go 2 seconds, like in the case of a Tesla Model X Plaid. It's insane. It puts you in the seat so fast you wouldn't even know what hit you. But if you go on the cross-country road trip, all a longer drive, you don't have that battery anxiety, because if you run out of juice, if you run out of power as far as the electric battery, you still have gasoline in your tank, and you can really fill it up and move on and be on the way without worrying about, hey, what's gonna happen if my battery dies, right? You also, if you are close to work or close to wherever you do your daily routine, you can literally not use that gasoline engine much if you put it in the pure mode and you charge it every night, which this vehicle is perfectly capable of being charged at your regular 110 volt outlet. So if you put it on charge for overnight, it's going to be fully loaded. Also, like in this case, what I did is I turned on the charge mode in the vehicle, which actually started charging the battery all the time. So the combustion engine was running, and it was literally at 0 as far as the electric range. Now we have 8 miles of electric range, and it took about half an hour or so. So I'm not sure how long would it take if it would burn through the whole tank of gas, which probably wouldn't make any sense to do that, but in case you wanted to charge it up this way, you can. So they give you the ability to do so. It is a comfortable drive on this vehicle. You have a good visibility, decent size mirrors. Let's talk about the bad, or about stuff that could be improved, because I think there's a lot of good stuff in this vehicle that just need that extra touch. So for example, the screen right here, and I know some of the people say, hey, you know, a 9-inch screen is big enough, or 10, you know, inch screen here. Yeah, I mean, it's there, it has everything that you need. Probably, you know, you won't use all of the features, but the competition is not sleeping with the large screens, the 12.3-inch screens. As you see on the GLEs, the X5 just came out redesigned with a beautiful dual screen as well, and a lot of competition having a more robust systems as far as the infotainment, and that thing definitely lacks as far as that. What's also not as good as the competition is the roominess, both for the cargo behind the third row seat and the third row seat itself is just not big enough. And I'm not sure if there's any way for Volvo to redo it, redesign it, because there's also only a limited space that's available for the vehicle based on its size without, you know, redoing the entire vehicle. I'm not sure when that's gonna happen. So there's a couple things that definitely could use improvement, and I'm here, back here. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna accelerate and see how fast this thing is gonna go. And you know what? It doesn't get old. You can hear a little bit of this engine noise that's coming into the cabin. Overall, it's a quiet vehicle. It's got super good acceleration. So that's the first good part about it, is the performance of it. The second good part about it, that it gets 58 mpge, which is combined between the electric motor and the gasoline engine. So it's really good. It has 33 miles of all electric driving. It looks good. It looks luxurious. So overall, I think it is a great vehicle, and still one of my favorite SUVs on the market right now. So if you're looking for one, and if you're anywhere in Florida, don't forget to check out the guys at Volvo Cars of Fort Myers. I'm going to post a link and the phone number in the description of this video. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that bell notification ring bell so you won't miss any of the content that's coming out. And I post videos twice a week, once on Tuesday and once on Friday. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.